Cue the intro.
Up in the sky, it's a bird.
It's a plane!
It's a geek.
Got out of the theater of seeing Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, you're probably looking at the title and thinking, oh boy, this dude is about to hate on the movie. Matter of fact, this is a non-spoiler review before you all say anything. Non-spoiler review. Look, y'all, I don't put that warning in my video in my intro for show. I put it on there because I'm going to tell you how I really feel. If you agree with me, if you don't agree with me, so be it. But one thing y'all going to have to agree with is that this is my opinion. Let's start here. Marvel. I posted a video yesterday. If you watched that video, let me know. I posted a video yesterday saying, Marvel, why did you spoil this character? The character ends up showing up in the movie. Keep in mind, my theater was packed. My theater was almost all the way sold out. I'll show a picture of what my theater looked like. It was screaming and hollering when people came up on the screen. But when this character came up on the screen, the character y'all put in y'all trailer, they were dead silent. Marvel, this is what I'm talking about. Stop doing that. You're taking something away from us. And for the idiots that saying, oh, it's a small cameo. Why haven't watched the movie? Marvel made it a small cameo because they showed it to us early. It's kind of ironic. Anyway, let's start with the good stuff. The good stuff was, this was a Deadpool movie. It had a lot of action. It had a lot of blood. It had a lot of jokes. Had a lot of fourth wall breaking. Had a lot of cameos. And those were good. The cameos, man, they did a real good job of hiding the cameos and keeping the cameos a secret. I advise you, stay off the internet. I know you're watching this video, most likely. Hopefully, if you're watching this, you probably already watched the video or watched the movie, or you're gonna watch this and just exit out everything. If you can, try not to get spoiled on these cameos, because I'm gonna be honest with you, the story is not that strong to hold up by itself. Some of these cameos carry the whole entire movie. Not exaggerating. These cameos carry. The relationship between Logan and Deadpool, man, Marvel, they did a great job of writing that. They did a great job of making you really feel like they care for one another. It felt like they care, was really, doing it for one another. Wolverine having his issues he wanted to solve. Deadpool having his issues he wanted to solve. And together they figured out they could, solve it as a team. And seeing them both go through their struggles, man, it was a sight to see, man. The fight scenes, man, it was some crazy fight scenes in here. Now, for me personally, Shang-Chi still has the best fight scenes for me out of any MCU movie. This was close. These fight scenes in here might be top 5 for me, just because I was seeing Deadpool and Wolverine and some other people do a lot of stuff that I've never seen done before, or that they've done before. Definitely great to see that. It was definitely great to see some of these people come back. That's not really spoiling. Pyro come back and he did a great job as well. I'm not gonna say anything about anybody else because I don't want to get into spoiler territory. Pyro was in the trailer, so this is one of those movies, man, where it was a Deadpool movie. Now for me, let's get to the bad. For me, y'all know I love story. Story is my main thing when it comes to a movie in general. The story is so convoluted. The story is so rushed, and you would think it wouldn't be that way, because if you think about it, it's kind of a simple story. But because it's so many different parts going on that Marvel is trying to do, they're trying to make you care about this, they're trying to give you background on this, they're trying to make you do this, they want you to know about who this person is. You don't have enough time to flesh everything out that you need to flesh out for us, the audience, to care more about these people in this movie. It's not enough time. They needed more time. We got some time with certain characters, but we needed sometimes with some more time with the villain, especially Cassandra Nova. Man, if you don't know Cassandra Nova, she's a beast, and she's shown a beast in this. She's a beast in this movie. But to be honest with you, she comes off a little one-dimensional. I'll be honest. She comes off a little one-dimensional. You don't really know her true motivations. The background they give her is lackluster. They just kind of... Think of the easiest background you could give a villain. Knowing, I'm pretty sure y'all know where she's at, so I'm not going to spoil that if you don't know. Speaking of which, I hope you know, because that's going to lead me to my next point. They're all in a certain place that's hard to get out of, and they don't really tell how or why she's there. They kind of do, but they kind of don't. You know what I'm saying? So Oh, we get she's Charles' sister. We know that from the comics. We already know that. But we don't know none of her motivations. She's just there. And it's so hard to really like a villain when you don't know why they're a villain. The best villains are the ones when you know why they're doing what they're doing. That's why Thanos was such a good villain. People say High Evolutionary was such a good villain. I kind of disagree with that. But that's why you have good villains. Winter Soldier. Those are villains who have great writing and are, they show in the acting, they show in the movie. Sandra Nova, it wasn't showing. Another thing, and I know I might get crucified for this. These fourth wall breaks. Lord help me. They were getting on my nerves. Deadpool, I know he's a merc with the mouth. And he was definitely funny in this movie. Some of the jokes landed, most of the jokes landed for me, and some didn't. And when they didn't land, they really didn't land. And I feel like where a lot of people, and I mentioned this in my last video, y'all have to start understanding Deadpool is a fictional character. Even though he breaks the fourth wall, he's still a fictional character. So you don't want to have him breaking the fourth wall too many times, because then you forget you're even watching a movie. And for me, that was taking me out the movie. When you look at all the characters and relationships that Deadpool was had in the previous movies, to be honest with you, they're not that fleshed out. So you have a movie where Deadpool is fighting for his friends, fighting for his family, but you don't even get perspectives from his family. So it's kind of hard, man. It's kind of hard to really work with Deadpool with this, and it was leaving me. It was leaving me a little weird. And you have what's his name? The main dude who's with the TVA. Y'all seen him in the trailers. Him. He was bad too. Just bad writing overall, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're a casual, if you know nothing about Deadpool, if you know nothing about Fox, if you know nothing about Marvel, you're going to be completely lost in this film. This film story, as I said, isn't strong enough for you for a regular person to go in and say, okay, I've never seen a Deadpool movie before. I know who Hugh Jackman is. Let me go watch this. It's not enough, because like I said, they don't tell you about Cassandra Nova. They don't tell you about some of these people that show up in the movie. Now that's another thing. If you're casual, you're gonna be lost. If you're one of them people that's chronically online and a nerd and a geek like me, who's keeping up with all the leak culture and news for the last couple years, you're going to enjoy this. Let's just say that this is what Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness was trying to be, but that movie failed. This movie did a great job of doing that, because you definitely feel the multiverse aspect. Speaking of the multiverse aspect, actually, I'm not gonna go too in detail to that, because that might be closer to spoiler territory. I'm not gonna do that. But did it save the MCU? Did it save Marvel? I told y'all time and time again, Marvel didn't need saving. They did it. Because let y'all tell it, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was a banger, Loki was a banger, or you had No Way Home was a banger. All these movies and shows were bangers. They didn't need saving. This isn't the movie for me that's going to be like, okay, Marvel definitely knows what they're doing now. Marvel definitely is finna go into the right direction now. Because the way this movie ends, I'm not spoiling, it's very open. Very open. And it's not open to where you have like 2-3 possibilities. It's open to where anything can happen. There's no direct line. So Kevin Feige wants us to believe that this movie is just as impactful as Infinity War and Endgame. He said this himself. But we're not, or at least I'm not seeing it. Someone put me in the right direction. It's not going to end how you want it to end, or how I wanted it to end. And then that really, dug something in for me. So that wasn't everything for me too. But the cameos were good, and they made sense to the story, which is all I could ask for. So if I had to give it a rating, I'll probably give it a 7.5. Is it a bad movie? Heck no. It's great. But the story, the character writing, bogs it down for me personally a lot. Especially for someone who wasn't really already a major Deadpool fan. They kind of do everything that I didn't really like about the Deadpool movies and ramp it up times 20. So, you definitely have your moments where, that's this person, that's that person, and they make sense to the plot. Yeah. This is all I'm going to say for now. I'm going to dive deeper when I get into my spoiler review. I'll leave some of y'all time. maybe this weekend to go out and see the movie, and we'll dive deep into spoilers probably on Sunday. But yeah, I can see why people would like this movie, but at the same time, if you're someone like me who values a story, I can see why you kind of on the fence. So if you love the video, like the video. If you don't love the video, still like the video. I'm on the road to 300 subscribers. I appreciate everybody who likes my content, share my content. But without further ado, I'm out. Peace.